Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome back. Can you see my screen, everyone? Online days. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, very much.
Fine. So yesterday we discussed about question and answers, right? General questions, technical questions, right? So those questions I got from different students from different batches. Yeah. Day before yesterday we discussed about DevOps introduction. What is DevOps and what is automation? So why the companies are looking for automation, right? So today we are going to discuss about introduction to cloud. So what is cloud? Why cloud? Why the companies are looking for cloud infrastructure? So what is cost saving, right? So why the project teams are looking for cloud infrastructure? What are the importance? What are the use cases? We'll try to understand. Fine. Yeah. So what is cloud computing? What is cloud computing? So anyone having idea? What is cloud? What is cloud computing? Online guys. What is cloud? Yeah. So I got a definition from Google. So I'll show you that. It's a cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, database, networking, software analytics, blah, 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 right? So what does it mean? So let's say, so there is no, yeah, let's assume that there is no cloud concept. There is no cloud. Okay. So all our infrastructure is hosted in our local data center, right? So like servers, switches, network, storages. So all the infrastructure, all the resources hosted in our local data center, local server room, right? So when we have local servers, local databases, local devices, who will maintain that? When we have local servers, local network, local switches, yeah. So who will maintain that? Yeah, local admins, server admins, network admins, storage admins, they will maintain, right? Yeah. So when we have local servers, we'll be having full control of them. We can take full control. Whenever any server is having any issues, any hardware failure, any device failure, any memory failure, any chipset failure, so we can take full control, right? So that was the case few years ago. However, with the introduction of cloud, everything has been changed now. So our infrastructure is no longer sitting inside of our local data center, right? So it is, hosted in cloud data centers, right? So cloud data centers are maintained by cloud vendors like AWS, Azure, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud, right? Yeah. So currently, as a customer, as a user, we are using resource from cloud. For that uses, we are paying the bills like gas bills, electricity bills, right? Yeah. So for example, earlier, olden days, yeah, so like 10 years back, or 8 years back, or 15 years back. So when we have any function in our home, right? Yeah. So we used to bring all the vegetables, all the provisions. Yeah. We used to place one cook to cook that, right? And we used to serve some of the food in the functions, right? So currently, what we are doing, catering, right? So when we require, just we can call them one day before, they'll arrange everything, right? They'll pack up and they'll go. Yeah, so that is the case currently we are using in a traditional way, right? So in infrastructure side also, organizations also, they are not building their own servers currently. So still some companies are using physical servers. So maybe going forward after 1 year, after 2 years, completely the infrastructure will be moved to cloud, right? So when the infrastructure is moved to cloud, so that infrastructure is on-demand infrastructure, right? So on-demand. So what is on-demand? Anyone? Yesterday we discussed, right? What is on-demand?
Whenever you want, you will get.
Whenever we need anything, any resources, that should be available immediately within 1 minute. That is nothing but on-demand, right? So for example, if I want to have any server, for example, I'm working on some application. I'm using some application, right? So application is getting some issues, performance issues in the server. In the server, I host some application. So middle of the activity, the application is getting some performance issues. I want to increase the memory, RAM for the server. So server is physical server. Can I increase the memory immediately? RAM immediately? No, right? First, we need to shut down that application. First, we need to stop that application. We need to shut down the server. Then we need to open the cabinet and we need to insert additional memory slot, memory modules, right? So that is the physical traditional environment. So currently, whatever infrastructure we are using, which is cloud infrastructure, which is on-demand infrastructure, right? For example, so I'm working on some databases. I hosted some database on cloud server. I'm working on databases. Middle of the activity, the server is getting more performance issues. So on the fly, by single click, we can increase the RAM, we can increase the CPU, we can increase the processing speed, right? Yeah, so that is nothing but on-demand infrastructure, right? So currently, most of the companies, they migrated to cloud. So few of the companies, they're still using physical environment. So maybe after 1 year, after 2 years, completely they migrate to cloud. So in our project, in our local data center, so we used to use nearly 1200 servers 4 years back. Currently, we are using hardly 15 servers. 15 servers maximum, right? Most of the project servers migrated to cloud. Most of the applications, not servers, applications, databases, everything migrated to cloud. So whatever servers we are using, those are DHCP servers, DNS servers, right? Local print servers, different servers. Those also maybe after 1 year we migrate to cloud. Okay, yeah, fine. So you understand, right? What is cloud? It is a on-demand infrastructure of servers, storages, databases, networking, right? Yeah. So what is this? Anyone? This is Google Drive, right? So where this drive is available? In Gmail, right? So when we open Gmail, we'll get this, right? So Google Drive. So when you want to upload any files or when you want to download any files, right? So you can upload into Google Drive, we can download from Google Drive whenever needed, right? So when we upload any files into Google Drive, once you upload, where those files will be uploaded? You understand, right? When we upload into Google Drive any files, for example, I uploaded PDF files. When I upload any files into Google Drive, so where those files will be saved? Backend, there will be a server, right? So actually, it is not a server; it is a data center. So when I upload any files into Google Drive, directly those files will be uploaded to data center, Google data center, right? Yeah. So we are talking about data center, right? So let's try to understand. Yeah. So what is data center? Anyone? What is data center?
Group of server devices.
Okay, group of server devices. Fine. Yeah. We can say data center is a server room, right? Simply you can say server room. Yeah. People are calling it as hub room or network room. Different names, right? Actually, it is a server room where we host all the servers. where we configure all the servers, right? In data center, in server room, servers, we host servers, network, storages, switches, routers, backup devices, right? So, etc. So, who will take care of these devices? Local admins, server admins, they take care of servers. Network admins, they take care of this network. Storage, different respective engineers, they'll take, right? Yeah. So when we talk about servers, so in servers, different server groups also will be available. Different server groups like development servers, QA servers, prod servers, pre-prod servers, different servers, right? Yeah, fine. Now, let us try to understand cloud advantages. Cloud advantages. Okay. Yeah. For example, I want to start one project. Or else I want to startup company, for example. So let's say Java project. It's a startup company, right? So first project I'm trying to get from client. So normally we work with US clients, Europe clients, right? This is the first project I am trying to get this project from client, right? Yeah. So before getting real project, so we need to prepare something, which is a POC, right? Yesterday we discussed. What is POC? Proof of concept. So some proof we need to showcase to client. For example, so when you want to buy any product, before that we check some testimonies, we check some reviews, right? So then only we'll go forward, right? So when you want to get real project from client, so we need to showcase something. Then only they approve for the project, right? So this is startup company. This is physical environment, physical server setup, not cloud servers. Physical server setup. So we are discussing about cloud advantages. Yeah. Now, POC we need to prepare and we need to showcase to client, right? Yeah. For this POC, client gave you 45 days timeline. 45 days timeline. So within 45 days, we need to prepare this POC and we need to showcase to client. So if the POC is approved by the client, we'll get real project, right? Yeah. For this POC, client asks you to take 2 development servers, 2 QA servers, 2 production servers. 3 different set of servers client asks you to take. So why we require 3 types of servers? Why we require 3 different set of servers here? Yeah. So whenever a developer develop the code on development servers, they don't directly deploy on production. Before going to production, we need to test that. Testers will test the application. So if any bugs are there, any errors are there, any duplicate lines are there, they will test and they will finally be deployed onto production, right? Yeah. So first 30 days, developers they develop the code on development servers. Once development is completed, from 31 days to 40 days, testers will test the code, right? Once testing is completed, 41 days to 45 days, deployments will be happened. The application will be deployed onto production. So మీరు గంటకు వచ్చేయండి కొంచెం స్వెట్టింగ్ వస్తుందా? Fine. So first 30 days, developers they develop the code on development servers. Once development is completed, so testers will test the code on POS servers from 31 days to 40 days. Once the testing is completed, so 41 days to 45 days, the application will be deployed onto production. This is the process, actual process every project team follow. Every project team. So when they want to get real project, so they follow this process. Okay. Yeah. So our POC is 45 days, right? So for this POC for 45 days, for this 45 days, before getting physical servers, these are the physical setup, not cloud setup. Before getting these physical servers, we need to buy licenses first, server licensing, operating system licensing, and application licensing, right? Yeah. So when we talk about licensing, so what is the minimum period would be? Licensing minimum period would be, for example, in your laptop, you have Windows, right? You want to get Windows license. What is the minimum period we need to buy if you want to buy licensing minimum period? Anyone? Online guys? So when you want to buy any operating system license, what is the minimum period?
30 days
30 days.
or maybe a year.
Year.
Yes. Yeah. 30 days will not get, right? So minimum 1 year. So any licensing. So either application licensing or operating system licensing, minimum 1 year we need to buy, 1 year, right? Yeah. So 1 year license we need to buy, but our POC is 45 days only, right? So not even we cannot get 30 days, 60 days, even 90 days also they don't provide. Okay. So minimum 1 year we need to get the licensing, right? Yeah. So after that, so we required one admin to set up the servers. Developers will not have any knowledge about server configuration, right? We required one admin and we required server room to configure the servers. We required centralized AC or normal AC to configure the servers because so when we enter into the data centers, so minus degrees temperature, you can see minus degrees temperature, right? Yeah, AC required and also security, server room security, right? Yeah, so these are all the things required. Okay, admin required, server room, AC, security, and licensing, so etc. These are all the things required, right? Yeah. So once we prepare all these things, right? If the POC is success, if the POC is approved by the client, we get real project. Otherwise, what will happen? This is waste of money, right? So this is startup company. If the company is a big organization, this servers we can move to other project. But this is startup company first project, right? This is waste of money, right? Yeah. Now, so let us try to understand cloud environment. This is physical environment, physical server setup. Okay. Now we'll check the cloud setup. So the same requirement, Java project. Yeah. Startup company. It's a cloud setup. In cloud server setup, what will happen? So we'll try to understand. Same POC. $45 days timeline. Yeah. So in cloud setup, in cloud server setup, cloud environment, so whenever we need any servers, we can create within 1 minute. One server, 100 servers, 1,000 servers also, within 1 minute we can create n number of servers, right? But physical environment, not like that. So when you want to set up physical servers, we need to place the order 10 days before. Because once we receive the servers we need to move to data center, we need to configure, we need to insert into racks, we need to connect power, network, and we need to install operating system and patches, applications, then we can test it out and we can move to production. That will take some time. But cloud setup, cloud server, so whenever you need any servers, within 1 minute with all configurations, you can prepare, right? Yeah. For first 30 days, what we will do, we can create 2 servers for development. Yeah, whenever we needed servers, we can create immediately, right? That is why for first 30 days, we can create 2 servers. Once development is completed, After 30 days, what we will do, we can create 2 more servers for testing QA from 31 days to 40 days, right? So once testing is completed, we can create 2 more servers for production, 41 days to 45 days. So whenever we need any servers, we can create immediately. No need to create at a time all the servers, right? Yeah. So here, when we use cloud servers, we don't need any no licensing, no license here, because vendor will take care. Cloud vendor, AWS will take care, Azure will take care, GCP will take care. No admin needed, no admin. So as a DevOps engineer, as a cloud engineer, we'll take care servers, right? So admin is not required here. So because in cloud, 80% of the infrastructure will be taken care by AWS only, cloud and cloud vendors. Other 20% we have to take care. That is creating servers, creating storage, creating network. Those are very simple, very easier, right? So 80% of the work will be taken care by AWS vendor. Yeah, no server room required here. No server room. Server room not required because AWS will maintain that. No AC for servers, right? No security, server room security. Right? So all these things will be taken care by vendors only, cloud vendors, right? Yeah, fine. So if the POC is success, this POC is success, it is fine. If the POC is not success, not approved by the client, what will happen? This is also waste of money. This is also waste of money. But what will happen here? So in cloud environment, if the POC is not success, not approved by the client, $100 will be wasted. For example, I'm saying, for example. So in this cloud environment, $100 will be wasted. But physical environment, what will happen? $500 will be wasted. Because server costing is high, licensing cost, admin cost. So admins required. At least we need to recruit admins to configure the servers, right? Server room required, centralized is required, server security required. So all these things we need to maintain, right? Yeah. So in cloud environment, $100 will be wasted. Physical environment, $500 will be wasted if the POC is not success. So these are the advantages of cloud advantages. Okay. So currently, whoever startup companies, they are directly moving to cloud. They're not purchasing any physical servers because of cost cutting, cost saving, right? So cost saving here, 1/3 cost will be saved in cloud. So when we use physical servers, we need to spend more money, right? More resources, right? So cloud environment, it is a 1/3 cost cheaper. 1/3 cost will be saved. Okay. Yeah. So any questions here, anyone? That is why every project team, they are looking for cloud servers, cloud environment. So client always look for the cost saving, cost cutting, right? So that is why. So all the applications, databases, they are migrating to cloud environment. Clear, right, everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So when we upload any files into Google Drive, those files will be directly uploaded to Google Data Center, right? Next one. So cloud computing is having 5 essential characteristics, 3 service models, 4 deployment models. What are those? We'll try to understand. So 5 essential characteristics. So first one is on demand. What is on demand? We can get what we need immediately. Okay, fine. So on demand is nothing but, so whenever we need any resources, whenever we need any servers, we can create immediately within 1 minute in cloud, which is nothing but on demand, right? Yeah. So broad network access, what is this? Whatever resources we are using in cloud, those we can access from anywhere, from your home, from your office, from your mobile also you can access, right? With proper authentication, right? Yeah. Next one, resource pooling. What is resource pooling? Whatever resources we are using in cloud, those we can pull it up and we can reuse whenever needed. For example, so one project team required server in real-time projects. Yeah. So whenever any project team required any servers, what they will do, they create request ticket, right? So ServiceNow ticket, Jira tickets, Remedy. These are the ticketing tools, right? So whenever need any servers, they raise ticket. As per the request, as per the ticket, we need to create servers, right? So whatever RAM required, whatever CPU, whatever hard drive they required. So as per the request, we need to create servers. So before creating the server, we need to check the approvals are in place or not. First, whenever we receive the ticket we need to check the description. So what are the configuration they required? What are the applications? What are the operating systems they required? We need to check that. Also, we need to check the approvals are in place or not. So because cloud servers are not free of cost, right? So everywhere costing. So whenever they provide the approvals, so that we can proceed for the activity. We can create servers and we can hand over to project team. So once we hand over the server to project team, they start working on the server. They develop the code, they develop applications, right? So once complete that project, they ask us to terminate the servers again. Terminate means delete. So whenever we terminate the server will be terminated, but we need to save the storage, whatever storage is available in the server. That storage, in that storage, data will be available, right? Data is whatever application data is available, that is available on the storage. That whenever they need, the project team required, we need to provide that. We need to pull it up and we need to reuse that data, reuse that storage, which is nothing but resource pooling. So when we terminate the server will be terminated, but storage should be available. That storage we need to reuse. We need to pull it up and we need to reuse. That is nothing but resource pooling, right? So next one, rapid elasticity. Yeah. So whatever resources we are using in cloud, those are elasticity. We can increase the resources, we can decrease the resources by single click. For example, so I'm working on some web server. So web server is getting more hits, more people are connecting. So the server is giving performance issues. So on the fly, I can increase processing speed. I can increase RAM. I can increase hard drive, right? By single click, which is nothing but rapid elasticity. Next one, measured service. Whatever resources we are using in cloud, those are measured. Measured means, for example, so I'm using servers from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. For that 9 hours only, I have to pay the bills. Per day, I'm using 1 hour only, for example, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. For that 1 hour only, I have to pay the bills. Whenever you stop the server, billing will be stopped. Like gas bills, electricity bills, right? That is nothing but measured service. So any questions, anyone here in this essential characteristics?
Yeah. Coming to this measured services, in a real-time development, we cannot shut down the servers, we cannot shut down the storage, we cannot shut down any of the resources. So in that case, how the billing will be charged?
24/7. So if you shut down the server, if you stop the server only, billing will be stopped. Otherwise, billing will be happened.
So that cost when you compare with the physical setup, so also are same, right?
No, not like that. So even if you run the servers 24/7, 1/3 cost will be same. Okay, costing is very less when you compare with cloud, when you compare with the physical environment. Cloud servers are less costing. So when
this resource pooling, you said that when you shut down, decommission the server, the storage will remain same. The data will be same with storage. So this storage is on the hard drive or on the tape?
Hard drive.
Again, there will be a charge, right?
Yeah, everything is. Yeah, so in cloud, everything is chargeable, not free of cost, right? So in server storage, we use EBS volumes, elastic block storage. In server side, we use EBS, elastic block storage. That is higher speed storage. SSD drives we use, solid state drives. Okay, that is costing, not free of cost. Any questions, anyone? Up to here, online.
So we can use any tape drives for
Yes, we can use the tape drives for backup purpose, backups, daily backups, monthly backups, weekly backups. We have one service, backup service. So while working on backup service, we'll go deep drive. So we have tape drives, and also we use data domains for backups.
So backend you're using network, EMC network for backups.
Not EMS network. So in cloud environment, we are using Veritas NetBack. Veritas NetBack. Semantic and Veritas, both are there.
Okay, any charge difference between this one, trying backup and tape backup?
Yeah, different charges are there. Yes, different costing. So we have four types of service, four types of storage are there. Four types of storages in cloud. We are going to discuss which are like EBS volumes. EBS volumes are a bit costlier. S3 simple storage service, S3 buckets we can say that is less costly, and EFS storage, elastic file system, that is file sharing storage, that is less costly. Glacier, Glacier is a cheaper storage for taking backups. For Glacier, we use oldest storages like Clarion. You told yesterday. Clarion is very old storage, right? Those storages we are using in data centers.
So backend we use
Yes,
we don't expect any performance release.
Yes,
We
yes.
don't use data.
Yeah. So that Glacier cheaper storage, that is cheaper storage, 20 times cheaper compared to EBS volumes. That will go deep dive. Don't confuse here. So these terms, new terms, don't confuse. Will go deep dive. Okay. So when we discuss about cloud environments, slowly we'll enter into that. We'll understand everyone. Okay. Yeah. So these are the 5 essential characteristics. Yeah, next one, service models. We have 3 service models. So first one, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. What is IaaS? So as a DevOps engineer, what we will do, we create infrastructure. On top of that, we deploy all the applications, all the tools. Like we create one server. On top of that, we integrate Kubernetes. We create one server. On top of that, we deploy Jenkins. We create a server. On top of that, we integrate Docker. That is nothing but infrastructure as a service. We create infrastructure. On top of that, we integrate all the tools, all the services, right? So next one, platform as a service. What is this? So when we log in into the platform, cloud platform, so Kubernetes is integrated in Google Drive, in the Google Cloud, GKE cluster, GKE, Google Kubernetes Engine, already integrated. In AWS, EKS already integrated, EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service. In Azure, AKS, Azure Kubernetes Service, already integrated. That is nothing but platform as a service. So it's already readily available. It's readily available. When we log into the cloud platform, you can directly use. That is nothing but platform as a service. You understand, right? Both the difference between IaaS and PS. So IaaS means we need to create infrastructure. On top of that, we need to integrate all the tools. But platform as a service, already available in the platform as a service, right? Yeah. Next one, SaaS, software as a service. This is mainly for reusability. This is OneDrive, Google Drive, Amazon shopping site. This is mainly for reusability, right? So these are the 3 service models available in cloud. Previous one, yeah. Any questions up here, anyone? Service models, anyone having any questions?
If it is possible to change the after creating the servers, it is possible to change one more kernel, like on demand to network access. Okay. And if it is possible to change the server
On-premises to cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can migrate. Yes, we can migrate. On-premises to cloud, cloud to on-premises, we can migrate. Yeah. So service models, everyone clear, right? Next one, deployment models. We have 4 deployment models, which are like private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, public cloud. What is private cloud? So private cloud is nothing but so on-premises cloud, local servers, local environment, right? Yeah. So next one, public cloud. So we'll discuss this. Public cloud. Public cloud means AWS cloud, Azure cloud, Google cloud, which is public cloud, right? So next one, hybrid cloud, which is important. What is hybrid cloud? It's a combination of private and public. Combination of private and public. Currently, most of the companies they are using hybrid cloud. Why they are using hybrid cloud? For example, let us say banking domains, banking insurance domains, they are using hybrid cloud. So because they want to host their databases in their private cloud, they want to host their websites in public cloud. Because still they are not believing cloud. So since long we are using cloud in our project, so we haven't seen any single security concerns, right? So cloud is 100% security, 100% secure. But still the companies, few companies like banking, insurance domains, they are not believing. So if I host my databases in cloud, how the security will be addressed? Still they have some confusion. That is why they are using hybrid cloud. But cloud is 100% security. So when we start working on cloud, I'll show you how the security will be provided by vendors, right? So AWS, Azure, GCP, and other clouds, nearly 25 more clouds are there. So every cloud they are trying to give best security, right? They are unable to provide security. What will happen? Eventually, the customers will switch to other platform. Use competition, right? Yeah, that is why security is the first concern every customer raises when they want to opt any cloud servers, cloud environment. First question here is security. How the security will be provided, right? Security and availability, these are very important, right? So availability also 24/7 should be this resources, whatever resources we are using in cloud, those should be available 24/7. Okay. So unknowingly, cloud vendors they don't stop any servers, they don't stop any resources. If they want to have any maintenance activity, so prior to 1 month, they inform us. Okay, because client applications will be hosted in cloud. The applications are down, business will be impacted, client business, right? That is why when they have any maintenance activities, prior to 1 month, they inform us. So this time to this time, some maintenance activities will be going on. So you need to plan accordingly. Okay, yeah. So security and availability is most important here, right? So hybrid cloud is nothing but it's a private and combination of private and public cloud, right? So their databases and their critical applications they host on local servers, banking domains, insurance domains. So their website they host on public cloud, right? So next one is community cloud. What is this? It's a government cloud, defense cloud. It's a high security cloud. So no one can enter into this, right? So this is a government cloud, government sectors, right? So these are the deployment models, 4 deployment models. Any questions here, anyone?
Is there any differentiation between hybrid and community? How they differentiate?
Right.
I mean, any kind of private network they use for community club?
Community also private one.
Like we use in network, we use A-class network for defense and government.
Yeah.
For companies, IT companies, they use a network of B-class, C-class. So like that, we have any kind of I mean, in any layer there is a differentiation between hybrid and community cloud.
Right. So we cannot differentiate between hybrid and community. So we can differentiate public and community because so community network is completely private network. Okay. So hybrid means combination of both, right?
No, how they differentiate? At what layer? Is it at the server layer or network layer?
Network layer, network layer, completely network layer. Network is completely secure, right? So because government data, right?
One more question. For example, assume I'm using a public cloud.
Mhm.
Okay, and where my applications are posted and everything is done by Naga.
Mhm.
Assume on the next day, I have a ransom attack or log4j attack.
Okay.
So in that case, how my application will be survived? Do I get any downtime or or my application will run as it is? If any kind of ransom attacks are happening, especially for the application which are on posted and public cloud.
Okay.
So what is the
You are saying some attacks happened, right?
ransom attacks?
Yeah. So far, since 2012, we are using cloud platforms, AWS, Azure, GCP in our projects. Previous company, before that, also we are using public cloud since 2012. So far, we haven't seen single attack issues, security concerns. That is not possible, not at all possible, because cloud is maintaining very good hardware to protect the customer data, right? So you can see physical servers attacks normally when threats happen, directly attack to physical environments, but the cloud environments. So they are cloud vendors. They are spending more billing for the security. They are using more security layers, DDoS protection, distributed denial of service. That we'll talk about when we talk about this cloud environments. When we enter into the cloud, we'll talk about DDoS protection. DDoS means distributed denial of service. Firewalls, security groups, right? Different layers they are managing, they are maintaining to protect the customer data. So cloud is 100% security. Okay. Yeah. So I'll show you that while working on cloud. So we'll see that layers. What are the layers they are managing? They are maintaining to protect the customer data. Okay. So yeah, cloud. So far we haven't seen single concern, security concern. Even though you can search in Google, you can search in Google. Any attacks happened in AWS cloud, any attacks happened in Azure, you cannot see anything. You will not get any information, right? Yeah.
One question.
Hmm.
For example, take a same case. Assume my applications are posted on public cloud.
Right.
Okay, back in the Linux servers.
Okay.
So what about the patching? So how patching will be happening?
Yeah, patching normal as usual. Patching normal. How you patch physical servers the same way here also. Monthly patches will be
My
released by.
application will not have any maintenance, right, during the patching.
No, nothing. So how you patch physical environments the same way cloud environments also same. Microsoft will release patches, monthly patches. And they had released monthly patches. That we have to patch. Okay.
What about the vulnerabilities?
Same. Vulnerability also same. Vulnerability. So these terms everyone will be confused. Okay.
No.
So this is introduction section, right? So if you talk high level, I can understand vulnerabilities, patching. I know that, but people will be confused. Okay. So definitely when we enter into the cloud, definitely explain. Don't need to worry about. Your expense guy, I understand.
No, if I have doubts in terms of private and public.
No. Servers are servers, everywhere servers. Patching, vulnerability, everywhere same. Vulnerability means what is vulnerability? Everyone having it. Issues, right? Vulnerability means issues. Everywhere same. Okay. Yeah, I worked on vulnerabilities, patching, major issues, major disasters. I worked on. I explained that. So day-to-day activities, I explained that. Don't worry. Okay. But initially, if you talk about that, non-IT guys, freshers, they will be confused. Okay. So definitely, when we enter into the networking part, I'll show you some threats, issues. When we enter into the storages, I'll explain about some issues. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Any questions, anyone up to here? Anyone having any questions up to deployment models?
Can you go to previous slide? I have missed the SaaS part.
It's for SaaS is for reusability, mainly for reusability, like OneDrive, Google Drive.
Exactly the balance.
SaaS comes under reusable resources. SaaS comes under reusable resources like OneDrive, Google Drive, Amazon Shopping Site. These are all comes under SaaS.
By default, everything will be inbuilt and
Yeah.
I can use it.
Yes. So we'll go deep dive. Don't worry. This is just to overview high level architecture. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So is Mr. Jeff Bezos who invented AWS Cloud? So AWS born in 2002, right? So initially they started, they started selling books, e-commerce projects. Okay. So initially they set up the cloud platform for their environment, their resources. Slowly, they entered into the market. They started giving cloud platform to other companies. So currently, AWS is the leader. Okay, so most of the companies, most of the project teams, they are using AWS cloud. So compared to other clouds, AWS is bit costlier, bit high performance. So AWS is very, performance wise, you can see high performance resources. But compared to other resources, other platforms, bit costlier, right? So quality, costing, right? Yeah. So these are the topmost clouds: AWS, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform. These are the topmost clouds. We have 25 more clouds are there. Those are small players. These are in first place. AWS is in first place, Azure is in second place, Google is in third place. So currently Google is investing more on Google Cloud. Maybe after 1 year, after 2 years, Google will come to, GCP will come to second place because they're investing more on cloud platform. Right. So these are the quadrants. So last quadrant, Amazon Web Services is in first place, Microsoft Azure is in second place, Google is in third place. These are the small players. We have still 25 more clouds: Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, DigitalOcean, Fastly, Heroku, different clouds are there. Those are small players. Yeah. So cloud computing providers, these are the different vendors. Yeah. So cloud market share. See here. So Amazon Web Services occupied 33% of the market share. So is the leader. AWS is the leader, right? So Azure occupied 18%, Google Cloud occupied 9%, Alibaba Cloud 6%, IBM Cloud 3%, TechNet, Salesforce. Yeah, these are the percentages. TechNet 2%, Oracle Cloud 2%. So like this. Okay. So currently Google is coming to second place very soon. Okay. Currently Google is investing more on Google Cloud. Yeah. So cloud DevOps market growth. Cloud DevOps market growth. Since long, I'm seeing the market is growing like this. Okay. So 2014, from 2014, the market is growing like this. Cloud and DevOps market. So coming 15 to 20 years, the market would be like this one. Coming 15 to 20 years, right? Yeah. So currently, so if you check in Google, if you check in Naukri or LinkedIn or Monster, you will see plenty of openings. Okay. So because now the automation activity started. Actually, this is the right time. Okay. So since long I'm seeing, but now actual automation started. Automation activities in companies. So going forward, coming 15 to 20 years, so already 50% of the companies they migrated to automation, but so many companies are in pipeline. They are migrating to automation cloud. Right. So this is the growth. So coming 15 to 20 years, the market would be like this only, cloud and DevOps market. Next one, Amazon EC2 is the service for service. Yeah, when we start working on cloud platform, we'll start working on EC2. Okay. Yeah. Now, any questions up to here, anyone? Now we'll go through the course content. I'll show you now. Course content. Yeah. So this is our course content. See, in our course, we are going to cover AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, GCP. with DevOps. DevOps will go deep dive, in depth. Okay. So AWS Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform. So Linux basics also will be covered, and introduction to DevOps, build and release process, CI/CD flow, deep dive. So these are the DevOps tools: Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, Nexus Artifact tools, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Apache Tomcat, Python scripting basics also will be covered, right? So after that, projects, 3 live projects will be covered. So live CI/CD project with Git, Jenkins, Maven, Tomcat, right? AWS. Live CI/CD live project with Kubernetes, Jenkins, GCP. Live project with Terraform, GCP or Azure, or else migration project. Third project is either the Kubernetes project, either Terraform project or migration project. Okay. So this is AWS syllabus. These are the modules. So in AWS, 18 services will be covered. Maximum 18 services will be covered in AWS. Okay, those are core services, important services. So here,
Good morning,
these are the
ma'am.
services. Yeah, good.
Sorry to interrupt. Will it cover Linux and scripting also?
Can you come again? Which one? Which service?
Linux scripting.
Linux scripting. So Python scripting will be covered. Python scripting. If you understand Python, you can easily understand shell scripts. Shell scripting means Linux scripting, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Python
Okay.
scripting will be covered. Yeah, this is the AWS syllabus. These are the services. See here, introduction to cloud, different segments of SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, right? And cloud deployment models, essential characteristics, creating AWS free tier account. How can we create? And regions, zones. What are the zones? What are the regions? EC2, Elastic Compute, Elastic Cloud Compute is the first service we start with. So IP addresses, different IP addresses are available: public IP, private IP, Elastic IP. So different IPs. Okay. So create different storage services: S3, EBS, Elastic File System, Glacier, IAM, Identity Access Management, AMIs, different AMIs, default AMIs, custom AMIs, right? So monitoring tools. These are the CloudTrail, CloudWatch monitoring tools. VPC is the networking part, subnets, how to create subnets, gateways, auto scaling. So this is very, very important service, very advanced service, auto scaling. You can scale up servers, you can scale down servers by automatically. It will automatically scale up when we configure. Right? For example, let us say, I give you a small example here. When we talk about auto scaling, let us take, let us say IRCTC, for example, IRCTC. IRCTC is the government side. When you want to book any ticket, so we'll go through IRCTC website, right? So IRCTC tickets we can book normally in normal time whenever needed, but Tatkal time what will happen? Tatkal time. When Tatkal starts by 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, what will happen? Site will not be open, right? We cannot book the ticket. Session timeouts will be happened, right? So, but IRCTC's government side, they are not increasing the servers. Still, they are using physical environments, right? But if you take Flipkart, for example, so in festival time, New Year time, they give some offers, right? For example, so Flipkart gave out some offers in 2020, Jan 1st, 2020 Jan 1st, New Year Day, they gave mobile offer 50% off. Even though last year also they gave some offers. So in 2020, when they gave offer, Samsung mobile, some J7 or J11 mobile, they gave 50% off. So 22,000 mobile, 11,000 they gave. So by the time they expected 15,000 users, 15,000 customers, they booked the product. They expected, but actual turn up 25,000. 25,000 users, they tried to book that product. By the time site was not open, no one got the mobiles. So because, so they expect 15,000 users, but 25,000 users tried to book the product. By the time site was down. So in IRCTC, when you try to book the ticket in Tatkal time, site will not be open. So when, after 2020, this Flipkart, they configured auto scaling. So auto scaling, what auto scaling will do? Whenever demands comes in, whenever more hits are coming, automatically it will increase the servers. It will balance the load. For example, 15,000 users they expected, 25,000 users they are trying to book the product. So if they configure auto scaling, so automatically servers will be added, so that application will not be down anywhere. This is very core service, very important service. We'll go deep dive. Practically, we'll see that how the servers will be increased, how the servers will be decreased. We'll see the practically we can create auto scale. Okay, yeah, and security groups, create different security groups, ports, different ports, AWS backup services, backup strategies, daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah, simple notification service, simple queue service. These are all the AWS services. These are all Azure services. So AWS, Azure, GCP, these three are same platforms, same functionality wise. Different clouds, but functionality wise same, right? So little terminology will be different. Terminology will be different, right? Yeah. These are the Google modules, Google services, Google Cloud services. So if you are good in AWS, you can easily handle Azure, GCP also, right? Yeah. Next, Linux basics. These are the Linux modules. Linux overview, artists of Linux, Linux folder structure, origins, operating system, types of operating systems, Linux, Unix, Linux differences, Linux file system hierarchy, editors, user management, filter commands, basic commands, advanced commands, deployment commands, right? So these are all Linux modules. Okay. So introduction to DevOps. These are the DevOps tools. Git, GitHub. So DevOps tools will go deep dive, right? So Git will take 5 hours. Jenkins will take 7 to 8 hours. Like that, every tool will go deep dive. So these are the Git modules. These are the Jenkins modules, Maven, Nexus repository, and Apache Tomcat, Ansible. Ansible is automation tool. In DevOps demo, we discussed this, right? Ansible. Docker. Docker is a container tool. It is advanced virtual servers. Currently, we are using online shopping, right? So when we book any product, it is very faster. Within 10 minutes also, they're delivering the products because of Docker containers. Right? Practically, we'll see this. Okay. Next one, Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is very hot currently. If you are good in Kubernetes, you can easily crack your interview. Only Kubernetes. That, yeah, Kubernetes is very hot. Very huge demand is there currently. Right? So next one, Terraform. Terraform is a infrastructure automation tool. We can create infrastructure within 1 minute using Terraform. Okay. So these are the DevOps tools. Yeah, course highlights. 3 real-time projects, interview sessions topic wise, and interview preparation. So 3 months, not 3 months. This is old content, bit old content. 2 months end-to-end training. Okay. So 1.5 hour daily. So this is old content. 3 months means 1 hour daily, right? Monday to Friday. So operations hands-on. What is server configuration, servers, clusters configurations, day-to-day operations, deep dive about option switches, right? So deployment environment, test environment, UAT environment, production environments. So email and communications, roles, responsibilities, stand-up calls, internal team meetings, release and purpose, KT sessions, working on day-to-day tasks like tickets. So these are very important for freshers and non-IT guys. Okay. So this is the course content I'll share with you. Yeah. So anyone joined newly today? Can you share your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat? Yeah, someone asking question like there will be hands-on all these services. Yes, hands-on. Practically we'll see in real-time projects how we work on the services. Same way in our lab we can create the lab and we can work on that. So can you share your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat? Whoever joined newly today. So my mobile number is 96422 11711. This is my mobile number. You can take down. This is my mobile number. In the chat, I ping that number. So if anyone joined newly today, you can take down this. Yeah. So till now, we have completed 3 demos, 3 introductions, right? So Monday onwards, our regular sessions will be started. So demos completed. Okay, Monday onwards, regular sessions. Monday, Tuesday, we'll work on servers, networks, switches, routers, IP addresses, subnet mask, gateways, right? Load balancers, failovers. These are all very basics. Monday, Tuesday, we'll work on these basics. So after that, Wednesday, slowly we'll enter into cloud. How to create a cloud account, AWS account. So we'll walk through the services, log into the cloud platform. We'll walk through the cloud services. What are the services available? What are the regions, zones available? We'll walk through that. Yeah. Wednesday, we'll start working on cloud platform, AWS. Slowly we'll enter into the cloud, right? So once you get all these basics, then we start working on services, AWS services. Fine. What are the jobs in healthcare IT by taking this course? Yeah, I'll guide you. So we'll talk about that. Okay. So healthcare projects, finance domains, right? Insurance domains. So everyone, they are migrating to cloud platforms and DevOps tools, automation tools. We'll deep dive. We'll go deep dive. I explain that. Don't worry. Yeah. So whoever not added in the WhatsApp group, you can add by today EOD. Okay. So all the recordings, contents, documents will be shared in the group only. So already WhatsApp group created. So our batch is 65 batch, 65th batch.
Ram, one query from my side. This is Tirupati Reddy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm eagerly looking into DevOps only. So how come? DevOps means I need to learn all this AWS and all this cloud environment is required, or how come?
Right. So why we are learning? Why we are going to learn 3 platforms here? So currently, most of the project teams they are using at least 2 clouds. At least 2 clouds. Why they are using 2 clouds? Different quality, different costing, different customers, right? So some US customers they ask quality services, AWS services. So Europe customers they ask less costing services, Azure. So compared to AWS, little less costing, Azure, right? So like the different costing, different platforms. So we no need to learn all the platforms. At least you need to focus on AWS. You can easily handle other platforms also. Got it right? Tirupati Reddy.
Yeah, got it. So DevOps will be start by after learning all these cloud environments, right?
No. First we'll start with AWS. So Monday, Tuesday, we'll be having basics, server basics, network basics. So Wednesday onwards, we'll start working on cloud, AWS cloud. Once complete the AWS, then we'll jump into Linux. We'll work on Linux. Once complete the Linux, we'll start working on DevOps tools. Once DevOps tools completed, then we'll come back to Google Cloud Azure. Okay. After that, projects.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So whoever not added into the WhatsApp group, you can add by today. So Monday onwards, meeting link will be changed. Online guys, yeah, whoever not clear the fee, if you are interested, you can clear by today, okay? And you can send the screenshot to me. Once you clear the fee, you can forward the screenshot to me so that you will be added into WhatsApp group. Yeah, so in WhatsApp group, we'll share all the documents, all the recording sessions. You can download recording sessions into your laptop and you can go through that and you can practice. Classroom guys also get the recordings. Don't worry. But classroom guys, you can attend classroom only. Okay. So if you are nearby this road number 1, you can attend classroom. Okay. Yeah. So this is our 60. This is our batch. 65, 7 a.m. batch. So in this batch, in this group already, 11 people already added. 11 people already added. Okay. So if you are interested, you can clear the fee by today and forward the screenshot to me so that you will be added into WhatsApp. Right. So if you have any more questions, you can reach out to me. So this is my mobile number, 96422 11711. You can ping me, you can call me. So we'll discuss. Fine. Yeah. So Monday onwards, regular sessions will be started. Meeting link will be changed. Yeah, you can add it into WhatsApp group so that you'll be continuing, right? Yeah. So we stop here. What are the jobs, companies? I already explained. Some Ramesh is asking question here. What are the jobs, companies, right? So plenty of openings are there. This is the right time to grab, right? So if you search in Naukri, Google, and LinkedIn, Monster, you will see the plenty of openings. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Any questions, anyone? Any last question?
You're saying the session will be 1.5 hours and we're closing in 1 hour. Is it because of the demos?
Yeah. Demos, yeah, coming 4-5 days. Coming 4-5 days, 1 hour only. Okay. Yeah. After that, make sure 1.5 hours, because within 2 months you need to complete the course. Right. So coming 4-5 days, 1 hour only. This demo session is also 1 hour.